It is 8 o'clock in the morning on a beautiful Wednesday morning. It is April the 26th, and it is Coffee Talk. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. Thanks for hanging out on what will be yet again a busy, busy weather day. Today we have called it a first warning weather day. Reason? Because we are expecting once again strong showers and thunder showers to develop across Central Florida. Okay, so this is going to be one of those days where we're going to have to be tracking things very, very carefully. Scattered threat for strong to severe storms, as a matter of fact, from about 2 to 8 this afternoon, with the primary concerns being hail again and damaging winds. And I would also add to this that, like yesterday, there's a threat for large hail, and we're going to talk about kind of some of the dynamics there when I see you in this Coffee Talk broadcast here in the next couple of minutes' time. But before we get too much deeper, let's just start off with it's a lovely morning, and let's enjoy kind of where we are right now, right? Here's a live look outside. This is a shot from our tower cam network over in Brevard County. It is beautiful there, looking over toward the port. It's a mix of clouds and sunshine. First warning live Doppler radar scanning the skies, not finding anything whatsoever. Here's a look around the area. Okay, we're sitting at 71 degrees in Orlando. I'm going to move over here because the sun's in my eyes. Of course, it pops up over the other houses like right as I pop onto Coffee Talk. 71 degrees though for us right now in Orlando. It's 68 in Leesburg, about 66 degrees in Ocala. So all in all, it actually is a beautiful morning for us, and I'm happy to say that it should stay that way through the next few hours at least. So if you're looking for opportunities to, enjoy heading to a theme park, something to that effect, I think you're going to be fine for the next few hours' time. And then we're going to, of course, get into the stronger storm mode here throughout the afternoon. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. Where do we go today? Here's a look at the 12-hour forecast. Starting off with the beautiful sunshine, we'll work to about 85 degrees by 1 o'clock. 87 is going to be our high temperature. And then you get that thunderstorm window opening up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8 o'clock. We'll be watching those nasty storms. And we've got it highlighted in red because it is a first warning weather day. That's for us to let you know that the storms are around and that some of those storms are going to get rather strong. The Storm Prediction Center has placed us under a level 2 out of 5 risk for strong to severe storms, meaning that out of all the storms that bubble up today, scattering of them, okay, will be strong to severe. But the impacts are more than meets the eye. Now, based on yesterday, we could have probably been under a level 2 risk for strong to severe storms. They did not put us under that, but the afternoon proved to generate that. Now, let's look at today's impact by impact risks, okay? When we look at tornadoes, thankfully, that's not even showing up. So it's a fairly low concern. We could get a brief spin-up tornado. It's Florida, and we know Florida's going to Florida. Damaging wind component is definitely elevated over yesterday, at least atmospherically. And the hail component is elevated over yesterday, at least atmospherically. Now, you see how it doesn't just have yellow on the hail, but it has those lines? Okay? That's something that you don't see very often here in the Sunshine State. That's what's called a hatched area, okay? Now, the Storm Prediction Center defines a hatched area as having a significant severe area, okay? It's an increased storm intensity. So the hail risk is like low to medium today, just like yesterday, but the significance is there. If you see the hatched area when it comes to tornadoes, it's EF2 or stronger concern. When it comes to wind, it's 75 mile per hour winds or greater. We don't have either of those, but our hail is hatched, which means 2 inches or larger hail. We got baseball-sized hail yesterday, so that certainly plays out. And again today, that is going to be a concern. So it's rare to see a hatched area in Central Florida, but today that hail is the case. Why? Because upstairs, okay, it's a little cold. Like, it's colder upstairs today than it was yesterday. So the storms that do get fired up today have the chance to be significant, okay, and have an easier time, at least atmospherically, to get larger. Like yesterday, you know, those storms had to work a little bit. They don't have to work very hard to get there today, all right? So that's kind of where we're at. What about the timing? Let's get into our model suite. Let's just take a gander. I haven't looked at this yet today. This is going to be our rapid update futurecast. I like this on severe weather days because it gives us more frequent updates. All right, so there's lunchtime today. When I see it today, we'll be talking about 2 o'clock showers and storms, firing up around 3:30, 4 o'clock, a couple of storms around Brevard County, and then inland there a little later, right? Like back this up, 5, 6 o'clock. There's the explosion around 6:37. And if that's the case, we would also start to see more daytime heating in the mix. And that's not necessarily what you want. And then kind of spreading into the metro by 8, 9 o'clock, and then kind of raining itself out thereafter. Okay, so that's the rapid update futurecast. Let's look at our conventional futurecast and just kind of get an idea. Couple of showers around Brevard County early, 3, 4, 5, starting to see the showers and thunder showers, and then late day stuff out west. So, you know, you can kind of see the computer models do have 2 different scenarios playing out. One thing I do want to look at is our hail product off of Futurecast. So not going gung-ho, but it is showing some opportunities for hail. Yeah, so it's not going crazy, which is, you know, it is what it is. But computer models, guidance, not gospel, right? Like I'll tell you, upstairs, it's cold. So certainly hail is going to be a big concern. Gusty winds a big concern. But for now, tornadoes are going to be a relatively low concern. Think of this as just a little elevated over a summer's day, right? Like we get thunderstorms every afternoon during the summertime, but we've got a little bit more instability in the atmosphere. And as such, we could be talking about some things trying to get just a little bit stronger, okay? So that's kind of where we're at. Any questions about what we talked about thus far? I want to make sure we're all taken care of here. Nikki says, looks like I'll be out in the mess driving the kiddo from Osteen to Winter Park for rehearsal this evening. Yeah, you know, we need to be dialed in because you don't want to find yourself driving in not just a torrential downpour, but like an actual, like we haven't gotten any reports of major damage to cars. But when you think about it, like we had baseball-sized hail yesterday. Somebody had to have a really bad day, right? Like that has to have happened. Thankfully, we've not heard about it. Now, what about the rain coverage map? I tweeted this a little bit ago, but let's just kind of pop it out. So you can see there, really the Orlando Metro off to the west is kind of the area that we're really watching. Okay, so that's good. I would say that's good for the rocket launch. Like that's not good for the people that live out west. It also though means that like if you live out west, we're talking again about the opportunity for another another big hail type event. All right. So that's kind of where we're at. Questions, comments, concerns. Oh, I see Chris Pierce is asking. Chris is asking for a skew T. Leave it to Coffee Talk to always ask for the stuff. Let me see. Do I even have this set up where I can? What is today? Today's the 26th. So 0Z. So I haven't gotten a morning one in there. But let's see if you're gonna make me set this up. Let's see here. All right, there you go. There's your skew T. There's your skew T. All right, so just looking at this as it is, I'm just gonna. All right, so there's definitely some cold air in here, right? You can definitely see some cold air, and it's going to be that cold air there, like lower dew points, but you've got a little inversion layer, like right in there. That's where my eye picks out. We don't have much in the way of wind shear, so that's good. You know, we've got some winds upstairs that are going to help to drive things, but you've got yourself a nice little inversion layer here. So it's, yeah, you've got the setup for severe weather, and that was last night. We're recycling things, and we're going to have an opportunity to get a new sounding. We'll have a new sounding up this morning, certainly, and that'll give us more data. But definitely today going to be a day that we're going to have to watch. The dynamics are just, they're there more than they were yesterday. All right. So Denellen may get rain today, but what about the hail? I mean, yeah, if you're under threat to see the rain today, you're also going to be under the threat to get some hail. And it's the severe hail that's concerning. So several of you were asking yesterday, and I wanted to address it, like, what's the difference between an impact day and a warning day? So an impact day, stronger storms are possible, but in Florida, we don't really know that it's happening until it's happening. Yesterday got widespread quick, and then they kind of came down. A warning day means that strong storms are likely, and that's where we're at today. Those stronger storms are likely. So yeah, significant hail damage yesterday. So many people were tweeting out images of shredded pool screens and things like that. And obviously that's just not what you want. Robin says that hail yesterday was wild. Oh, it was. It was not the kind of day that we want. I mean, if I'm honest, it was not the kind of day that anybody is asking for, you know. Damage to people's homes and property is literally the last thing.
Someone is at the front door.
Who's at my front door? I have no idea who that is. Stella, it's okay. I have no idea who that is at my front door, so I'm going to have to let him do his thing. Yeah, no idea who that guy is. No idea who those guys are. Brian says, request. Possibly, can you make the 3-frame graphic consisting of the following? Yesterday's drought numbers. Yeah, we can eventually get there. Right now, we're focusing, though, on severe weather. So that's where we're going to be. Let's see here. Going to call my car all the way to under the airport. Yeah, Janet, definitely not a bad idea to do that sort of a thing. Have an awesome day. Beverly, you as well. Severe's wishing happy 57th birthday to Martha. Happy birthday. I love it. Bo, can you use the same long range technique for good weather? Hi there. What can I do for you? Oh, yes. Yes. Yep. Come on in. All right. Well, I guess we're going to take coffee talk inside today. Stella. Oh, they're working on the pool deck. Come here, Stella. Hey, hold on, people. Stella, come on, inside. I love it when we have appointments that I'm unaware of. All right, sorry about that, people. All right, so I'll just do it right here then. I'm also glad that I'm on the laptop so I can... all right, you get to look at all of the things behind me from the kids. So, okay. So where were we? We were talking about the severe threat. Yeah. Using the long range techniques to be able to indicate things. Yes, we can. If I'm honest with you, I haven't done that because we know, at least in Florida, you have to understand these types of events can be a part of bigger systems, but in some cases they're just more like localized. So because of that, it's just one of those things where I kind of do the hurricane forecast and then put it aside. But I'd be interested to look back and see if this does link to something. I haven't done it yet. Yeah. There's only so much time in a day. Shauna, where was the hail yesterday? Sorry, I missed it, being tardy. No, you're fine. The hail yesterday, I mean, it was remarkable in Lake County and down around Poinciana. It was a very, very, very bad one. Yeah. How bad will it get in Orlando, do you think? Listen, for what it's worth, how bad do I think? I think that it's got the opportunity in Central Florida. And it's one of those things you can't, in the plains, you can look at these things coming in. They're broader scale events. But here, the problem is they're much more localized, and you kind of have to wait for the candle to spark. You can't just overly say, oh, it's going to happen here, here, here. You know, it doesn't work that way. And so it's more difficult to get focused in, you know? Yeah. I bet it's the soul. You Christian, you're so funny. They want to talk about the Lord. No, it sounds funny. So those are folks. My pavers on my pool deck have been messed up since Nicole, and I haven't been able to get someone in to help me work on that. Was it Ian or was it Nicole that put down so much water? I can't even, like, my brain is just butter. This is a parent brain, right? But one of the storms put down so much rain that my pavers just got completely undermined. So I need, it's a big scale job. And so I just needed some help. So I've been trying to get some folks to help me work on my pavers for months. And so of course they show up unannounced. That's okay, but it is what it is. Tina says, tour of my house today. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Frank says it's my pieces of flair. The kids just love every time we're in a store and they see those little stickers that they can put up, they love it. So, you know, too funny. Don't worry, we still have Easter. I think some Valentine's Day clings on our windows too. All right, so, you know, do I have Easter? There's hearts. There's a UCF Pegasus. There's a Shamrock. there is some Easter. Okay, there is still some Easter. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, thank you very much, Velsa. I'm sorry to see that you moved to the Carolinas, but hey, it's beautiful up there, and you know, I don't blame you for that. But sad to see you go. But hope that you are just so happy up there. Anna's asking, but no tornado chance, really? It's not that there's no tornado chance. It's just that it's a particularly low scale thing. Could we see something get spinning? I will always tell you, Florida is going to Florida, and never, ever, ever write off that Florida could, you know, forget something. But it's definitely a lower end thing. Yeah, it's definitely a lower end threat. Okay, Becca says Ian. Yes, it was Ian. That completely undermined my entire pool deck. So, yeah. Karen says at least they showed. I mean, it only took a few months, right? Let's see here. Radar map for today again. Yes, you want the Futurecast. All right. So I like the rapid update Futurecast for today. All right. So here we are, nice and quiet this morning, but Futurecast is saying by 1:30, 2 o'clock, we're going to start to see just a little bit of rain trying to pop up along the beaches and stay through 3:30. Now, watch through time here. There's 7:30 is when the model's saying it's going to explode out west. I would probably think it'll be a little earlier than that, but one point of reference, if this plays out the way it's supposed to, you know, it fires up out west around 7, and then by 8 o'clock kind of moves into the metro, 9:30, 10 o'clock starts to wash itself out. If that plays out, that would work in favor for tonight's Falcon Heavy launch. That would keep the launch pad like relatively quiet during launch window. I will tell you, I was supposed to be out at the Falcon Heavy tonight, but with severe weather threatening, we made Stella. They're okay. You saw me talk to them. They're not trying to come and get us, baby. Come here. I love you. Hey, I love you. Thank you for protecting me. So I was supposed to go play with rockets. That's not going to happen. But we need to, cover the severe weather. But just so that y'all know, if the weather plays out the way that our rapid update Futurecast is showing, which, is kind of what I've been thinking the whole time, then yes, we would be able to get Falcon Heavy up this evening. So that's good. That's good. But there is a concern for, obviously, the areas that do get those storms to have a particularly impactful afternoon again today, and with that hail risk being under the hatched area, certainly that's a rarity for us in Florida. All right. Let's see here. Other questions. Taylor says, get him, Stella. Yeah, you know. Matthew, I live in Four Corners, and crazy, that hail just missed me. Most of the hail was a couple of miles north of my house. You, Matthew, on YouTube are Lucky. Seriously, the pictures and video we got were terrifying. Terrifying. Like, there was Alex Alisi's friend had their windows completely shattered. You know? Completely shattered. That's so rough. Man. We have a big family reunion vacation coming up near the end of May in Palm Coast. Is there any future forecast yet? No, I haven't gotten to it. We're running a little short-staffed right now in the weather department, and between covering shifts and parent mode, I'm barely keeping my head above water. I'm very sorry. I'm working on things. I'll get there. Sorry. Brian asking question: how high in elevation does a thunderstorm have to get for it to be considered a severe thunderstorm and for hail to form within the storm cloud itself? That varies based on temperatures, but usually, when you get 35,000 feet up, 35,000 feet up, you're getting there. You're getting there. So, yeah, that's what you're looking at. Yeah. Becca says, my family appreciates you for everything you do to keep us updated during storms. Thank you. Thank you, Becca. It's absolutely my honor and my pleasure. Frank, let my Coffee Talk peeps have a beautiful day. Be good. Take care, bud. Let's see here. Marie Sophia lost windows and screens due to hail, and she's worried about her roof. Listen, if she lost, oh my God. First off, I'm really sorry to hear that. I didn't see if she had mentioned that. I'm really sorry. If that's the case, I would be overly worried about the roof. It's not like it's going to start leaking today, hopefully, but definitely if that's the case, you need to have it looked at. Yeah, I would have the insurance and the roofers do their thing. But if you lost windows, your roof is probably pretty shredded. On just being honest, if it's an asphalt shingle roof kind of thing. All right. What did the boss think about the shirts and mugs? All right, so Tiffany, real quick, and then obviously today's a severe weather day, so we do need to chat about that more. But chatted with the boss and mentioned the scholarship thing. And she loves it. She needs to run it up the ladder, of course. But, hey, that wasn't a bad conversation. So we'll take that. Chris, anyway, I can help. I'm happy to take the weather lab to the launch. No, actually, Alex Alisi is going to be taking the weather lab out today and checking things out there. He and Mike Kirby are going to be out. So that's where we're at. Okay, so in addition to all of the other things for today, there's also the threat of severe weather over the next couple of days in Central Florida. So let's just look. Of course, this didn't get updated. Hold on a second. Let me update this graphic. What is today? Today's Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, come on, Friday. Okay. All right. So it's just a graphic Kellyanne didn't get to update today. All right, so let's talk about the severe risk. So we've got that level 2 out of 5 risk for strong to severe storms today. Tomorrow, the threat of severe weather comes down just a little bit. And then again, Friday. It's like every other day, man. Then again, Friday, we go back up to an isolated risk for strong to severe storms. This is not yet the rainy season. The rainy season doesn't start typically until the end of May, the earliest onset of the wet season on record. Would be early May. So we're not there yet either, but we've got opportunities for severe weather kind of the next couple of days. Chris says Marie just joined. Marie, roof damage too, listening only, so much damage. Marie, I am so sorry to hear that. Listen, looking at the storms yesterday, we knew that was the case. We knew that was the case. I didn't know that was going to be as widespread. I don't think any of us knew. But that's the problem with Florida is when things explode, and you just don't know how much Florida is going to Florida. So in this case, yeah, it was bad. And Marie, I'm so sorry. My thoughts are with you on this cleanup process. And then yet here we are again today with another opportunity for strong to severe storms, man, and in fairly similar locations too. So, I'm thinking about you. I really am. And no matter if I know a person or not, like seeing this hail damage yesterday, you knew people's lives are just getting slapped around a little bit because of this cleanup effort that is to come. Baseball size hail is massive. Vanessa says, I used to live in Colorado and massive damaging hail is unfortunately common. Baseball and softball size, more than one occasion. Roof damage was a huge issue. Cars losing windows too. It's awful. Just awful. Cindy, with hail hatch like this, what's the risk to manufactured homes? Listen, it doesn't have to be, I mean, manufactured or not. Let's go back to today. Like, manufactured or not, Stella, cool yourself. Those boys are helping us out. Those boys are helping us out. You take it easy. Manufactured home, concrete, but hey, get over here. Do I need to put you upstairs? Go upstairs. Go lay down. Go to bed. Thank you, lady. You are off duty. You can't help yourself, huh? Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Thank you. Now relax. My old girl, she wants to protect so bad. It doesn't matter what building you're in. Like, baseball-sized hail is damaging. That's just what it is. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what size home you're in. It just doesn't. It just doesn't matter. That's the problem. So I'm very sorry that's. Look, none of us want to deal with it, right? But it is what it is. We'll have to go through it. And just like hurricanes, we'll deal with it together. All right? Alberto is asking, more hail today? Oh, yeah. Mickey, can we see a radar loop from yesterday's supercells? It purges out of our system after 6 hours. So just go to my Twitter page. And I would also add that I shot out over the course of the day yesterday, I shot out 108 tweets. So we're constantly firing out updates. So Facebook is terrible when it comes to the algorithms for timely weather information. So I'm not going to post but the warnings themselves to my Facebook page. So if you follow me on Facebook here, just know that. But Twitter, for right now, I mean, word on the street is that eventually we're going to get limited to the amount of tweets we're able to put. And I'm terrified for that day because I'm so I'm so convinced that Twitter is a great news venue when it comes to weather updates and things. And I publish things every few minutes when I can. So go there. You don't even have to have a Twitter account, and you don't even have to look. I mean, I've seen a lot of my friends are like, I don't like Elon Musk, so I'm canceling my Twitter. You don't just use it as a web page. Just go to twitter.com/Eric Burris Wesh, and you can just refresh that, and that'll be, all of my updates. You don't even have to have a Twitter account. But that's where I'm posting constantly. Yeah. All right. For the newcomers, Eric's wife is not Stella. Oh my God, that's hilarious, Tim. Yeah, no. Stella's my dog. Stella's my dog. Beth says, dings all over the car while waiting for the kids to get off the bus. It was crazy to experience. I'm located in Mascot. Man, the hail we saw was about nickel-sized, Laura says. It was more the quantity mixed with strong winds. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You either got baseball-sized hail or it looks like it snowed. It was wild. It was just wild. Yeah. With how big the hail reports were yesterday, were there any tornadoes yesterday anywhere? I always thought that hail meant tornadoes in the area. No, one has actually nothing to do with the other. I mean, directly at least. Hail means that the storm has grown so tall that it's tapped into the colder air, and then as it starts to downburst, you get plenty of, the faster the downdraft, the more often you get larger hail. When it comes to hail versus tornadoes, usually you'll have the tornado with an updraft and then the hail core on the backside with the downdraft, but it kind of just goes back and forth. So, yeah. It is what it is. Jan, is your Twitter feed also on Wesh2's app? That's how I get alerts. I don't think it is. Twitter is going to be one completely different thing to the other. Yeah, so just use that for what it is. But another pro tip, speaking of the WESH 2 app, and yes, you know, I always say this during severe weather days, but like it's a great reference, okay? Download the WESH 2 app, but make sure, and you don't have to leave it on, but on a day like today, turn on the alerts. It'll give you the warnings and the watches. It'll tell you when lightning's getting nearby. But also, if I may, on the app itself, and if you've done Coffee Talk for a while, you know, so here's the app. If you click there and you get if you click on the radar button, okay? Pro tip, the radar that pops up by default is a national low resolution composite. And for most lay people, you know, for the basic user, that's what you want. Not a advanced user. But if you're hanging out for Coffee Talk, you probably want to be an advanced user, okay? So in the bottom corner here, that's the layers button. And if you click that, you get the options, okay? Top left layer, first warning live Doppler radar. If you click that, you'll actually get our radar. And one way to tell if you've got our radar is if you zoom into downtown Orlando. You see that? Those are actually buildings. So that's one way to tell. But it's updated every minute, and it's a much higher resolution scan. A much higher resolution scan. So I would very heavily suggest, especially in these severe weather days, to use that, okay? All right, 7-day forecast, people. Today, first warning weather day because of that severe weather. Hail is going to be another big concern. 87 the high temperature, more heat energy, more cold air upstairs. That's going to be where it is, all right? Then for tomorrow, 88. Severity should come down just a little bit. Then for Friday, severity goes back up a little bit, lower than today, at least for right now. And then Saturday, a little drier. Sunday could see some stronger storms again. And then Monday, what is going on? The springtime in Florida can get so feisty, and that's definitely where we're at right now. Pinky's asking, hail again? Yes, we're looking again at the threat for hail. All right. Vanessa's asking, can you show Futurecast one more time? Yes, and we may have gotten to the point where we get another run, actually. All right, let's have that load. Okay, all right, Futurecast. Here we go. 12, 1, 2 o'clock. Starting to see some rains developing out east of town, right? 3:34, you see some stronger storms perhaps around Brevard. 5, 6, 7 o'clock. That's when those storms are getting feisty out west, and then kind of through about 7:30, 8 o'clock, getting into the metro. And then after that, gradually fading 9, 10 o'clock. I have a feeling it's going to be a late day for me in the office, all right? I will be updating you on Facebook at 3:30. I will be live then on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And then again, in all seriousness, through the day today, I will be posting updates like crazy on our Twitter page, on my Twitter page. You don't have to have a Twitter page and an account to at least get the updates. They're open and to the public. But today is a first warning weather day this afternoon and evening. Big hail again, damaging winds. Again today, a particular threat for damaging hail. All right? All right, we'll keep you up to date. In the meantime, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. Be weather aware today, my friends, okay? Okay, I'll see you.